Greetings YouTube, it is I, Revenge of the Fallen. 1 year. Hard to believe that I've been on YouTube for 1 year and I have nearly 300 subscribers. Really, I must say that I never expected this. I never expected to be here on YouTube that long or to have this many subscribers. And I guess the people that I really need to thank are my subscribers, because without you guys, without your subscriptions, your views, your ratings, your comments, otherwise your support, I would not have made it this far. So it's because of you that I am here today. So I really thank you guys. And I especially thank everybody who's been with me since the very beginning. You know, when I was making, crappy Kingdom Hearts AMVs and funny videos, and I was creating rants when I used an L voice mask, so yeah, thanks for your support. It really means a lot to me. And I also want to thank everybody who has sent me your questions, because it really shows you care. And I'm going to show you guys that I care by answering your questions. And we begin. Stewie17 asks, what microphone would you recommend? Up until now I've been using the microphone in my laptop, but the audio quality of that was crap. The one I have now is a Logitech ClearChat stereo headset, which I bought for around $20 and would highly recommend as it provides clear, crystal audio. Josie768 asks, what's your opinion on Ruka Ruka Ali? I checked a few of his videos. Apparently he's a cross between Weird Al and William Hung. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good idea at first, but after listening to him, I have to admit that some of his songs are pretty hilarious, especially Ching Chang Chong. RemNightFal asks, do you like tacos? That is not a joke, you can tell a lot by a person if they like tacos. As the great pedophile philosopher Socrates once said after having sex with underage boys, tacos rule. And yes, I did rip off The Amazing Atheist. DearMouse168268 asks, do you ever go to church? Yes, I do. In fact, this is embarrassing for me to admit, but church is pretty much the only social life I have. I don't have a job right now, I graduated college long ago, and I'm not exactly the most sociable guy, so yeah, if I didn't go to church, I wouldn't have a social life. Period. I'm pretty on and off when it comes to Sundays, but I regularly attend the young adult group that we have every Thursday. We do a lot of fun things together, watch movies, go out to eat, go bowling, sometimes play board games. Once we even went on a scavenger hunt at Universal City Walk. And last Halloween we had a murder mystery dinner, so church definitely gives me an opportunity to hang out with people and friends and have fun. Oh, and we also worship God and pray, don't forget that. MaximumKOF asks, what do you think was the main inspiration for your commentaries? I want to say Random DCE and Boomstick545, but my favorite commentator has to be DarkStream217. He is the greatest commentator of all time, and it's a shame that he doesn't make commentaries anymore. His were so well thought out with cogent, salient points, and he didn't just make them for the shits and giggles. He seriously wanted to help people with their videos through constructive criticism. And like I said, it's a shame that he doesn't make commentaries anymore. His truly were the best. Tubers93 asks, the only question I will ask you is this. Have you ever heard of a YouTube user by the name of Serahon06, I believe that's how you pronounce his name? I think he is an atheist on YouTube. If so or not, will you find any of his videos that will be worthy for you to do a commentary on? I recently checked out his channel and saw 2 videos. I think the fact that his face is so close to the camera, that his videos are so boring and uninteresting, and that he looks and sounds like just keep that in mind, makes him worthy of a commentary. However, I probably won't do any commentaries on him since most of his videos are well over 10 minutes long. And thus my commentary will probably be either 2 or 3 parts, and they drag on way too long to begin with. But it is an idea. If you have an idea of a video of his that I could do a commentary on, just send me a PM. xJoJoYox asks, I just have one question, and that's this. What do you think is the most overused rant here on YouTube? I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from people, and I know they're gonna disagree with me here, but I think it has to be Fox News. There are just way too many videos about Fox News. If it's not a news clip, then it's a generic rant about how Fox News hates video games and is the worst news network ever. And then you have the Fox News commentaries. Granted, some are actually thoughtful, like Liberal Viewer. His commentaries are the only ones I like, and they're the only ones I subscribe to because He actually adds some intellectual insight to his commentaries. But then you have Cockblocker, who does nothing but slap himself in the face and yell profanities. Seriously, why does this guy have so many views and subscribers? He's not that funny or smart. I'm not saying Fox News doesn't deserve the negative attention it receives, it certainly is a biased news network. But every major news outlet is biased. CNN and MSNBC are biased. Yet there's so many attention being thrown at Fox. Heck, that's why I made my MSNBC rant, because nobody else was ranting on MSNBC. Fox News is just overhyped and overrated. Here are 2 questions from DarkAngeltheLight. Number 1, I noticed you use Roxas a lot in your commentaries. Do you like Kingdom Hearts? Obviously, I've been intrigued with Kingdom Hearts for a long time. I didn't play the PS2 games until I actually bought a PS2, which was about a year ago. But even before then, I was intrigued with the games. I'm a big Disney fan, so the concept of a hardcore action-adventure game that's a crossover with classic Disney movies really sparked my imagination. Most of my obsession was drawn to game scripts on game FAQs, and later cutscenes on YouTube. And you can only imagine how elated I was when I played the games for the first time. Kingdom Hearts may not be my absolute favorite game franchise, but it's definitely one of them. Question number 2, if so, then what's your favorite Kingdom Hearts game? For me, both games have their pros and cons. The first game had an excellent storyline and the graphics were very colorful and vibrant, thus adding to the Disney feel. Granted, the game had a lot of flaws, especially with the game mechanics and controls. Kingdom Hearts 2 definitely fixed all those glitches in the previous game, and the gameplay was much better. However, I felt the storyline wasn't as good as the first one, so really, both games are good. If I had to choose though, it would be Kingdom Hearts 2. Now some questions from the Fightmaster 3000. Question 1, what is the worst movie you've ever seen? Open Season. Worst animated movie ever. Unoriginal concept, boring storyline that went nowhere, flat one-dimensional characters that nobody cared about, and I'm shocked it had a sequel. Why? If I didn't like the first movie, what makes you think I wanted to watch the second? At least with a Disney sequel, it's a movie that I liked the first time, so I would see the sequel. But with Open Season, nobody liked it. So why did they make a sequel? Was the film company that desperate for money? Let me put it this way, it's so bad, I wouldn't have my worst enemies watch it. Question number 2, what is the most annoying troll you had ever put up with? That would be the barrage of trolls I had to deal with after Latum Way created a response to my commentary on him. Considering that the guy has more subscribers than me and owned me pretty good in his response, it meant that I had to deal with a shitstorm on my original commentary and channel page. Thus why I now have comments moderated on my channel. Luckily, the trolling only lasted for about 2 days. Here's some questions from BakaCirnochan, I believe that's how you pronounce his or her name. Question 1, ever thought of visiting Japan? Yes, I have. I'm really interested in Japan, considering that I love anime. The only problem I have is where exactly to go in Japan. I know Tokyo is a given, but I'm just not familiar with any of the famous landmarks in Japan, so not exactly sure of what to see or visit. That and I don't have any money. Question number 2, your thoughts on Japan. What can I say? It makes great animation and video games. And hentai. Don't forget the hentai. Sweet, sweet hentai. Now here's some questions from DahStranger. Question 1, what will be your next Exterminate the Extremist video? I know it's been a long time since I added something to my Exterminate the Extremist video, most my apologies there. I really just never felt like making any more videos. I do plan on revising the series in the future, and when I do make new videos, I plan on focusing on religious extremists, primarily the Islamic jihadist, religious right, and new atheists. And question number 2, do you plan on using any services such as Stick'em or Blog TV? Considering that I don't have a webcam, or at least choose not to use one, that would be a no. Now let's answer some questions from Lentertament. Question 1, do you watch any anime? I believe he means anime. The only series I watch religiously is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, in my opinion one of the best anime ever. But now that the series is in a hiatus until season 2, I really don't watch any anime. I used to watch a lot when I was in my teen years. Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Inuyasha. But once I went to college and became more focused on my schoolwork, I pretty much lost interest. I did watch Naruto, but stopped once it went into the filler episodes. I tried to watch Bleach, but around episode 25 I quickly lost interest as the story arc bored me to tears. The only anime series I watch now is Brotherhood, Dragon Ball Z Kai, and Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. That's about it, and considering that the first 2 seasons are in hiatus, there really is nothing else. Question 2, do you think you were going to get this popular? Well, like I said, I never thought I would be this popular. I mean, I never thought I would have over 100 subscribers, let alone 200 or even 300. After all, when I started out, I began making Kingdom Hearts AMVs and shorts. Then when I began ranting, I used a distorted L voice mask, which quite honestly is more annoying than Speakonia. So the fact I'm this popular is quite shocking. And finally, question number 3, why do you use Roxas in your commentaries? I would say because he's my favorite character, but he's not. Actually, I don't really have a favorite Kingdom Hearts character. Just to clear things up, I never intended to use Roxas. I began by using the cloaked figure in the Deep Drive trailer. It wasn't until later that I used Roxas. The reason is very symbolic. As I pointed out long ago, this isn't my first time on YouTube. I actually had an account before this one, but because of some poor decisions on my behalf, I wasn't well received, so I left. In a way, I died and then returned to life. If you're familiar with Kingdom Hearts, you know that Roxas is a nobody, which is the physical shell that is left behind when someone loses their heart. Roxas is Sora's nobody, and if you think about it, this account is sort of my old account's nobody, since I sort of died and lost my heart, and this account lives on in its place.